Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Garry's Mod. Today we're going to take a look at 10 ridiculous weapons in Garry's Mod that you need to check out. We're just here vibing on Pumpkin Hill. The first day of fall, I think it's very fitting. What a great game. One of my favorites. If you played Sonic Adventure 2, you know. Anyway, in today's video, we're going to be drinking the props you always see in Half-Life 2. And, of course, jumping off of a cliff. In the best way possible using the Leap mod. There's a lot of mods to look at, so we're going to jump right into the first one. And the first mod is going to be the Leap mod. Now, this is a mod where you press left click and you shoot yourself forward in whatever direction you aim. Pretty much like a Ragdoll mode. In fact, I was going to include a Ragdoll mod, but this was so similar I thought might as well just use this. Now, although it's fun to just throw yourself at people, or if you're like me, throw yourself off of a cliff, it's even more fun to increase the threshold. So you go into the console, you can change the power of this to whatever you want. So why don't we crank it up to 10? And 10 we do, we can see we get a little bit more of a jump. However, be cautious because wherever you land, you might get stuck on a few props on the way. And although this is fun just throwing yourself off and killing yourself or like throwing yourself to get somewhere, we can make this go even further by cranking it up to 100. Literally because this is, I believe, the max you can do. And wow, we can shoot all the way to the ceiling of the map and then fall to our now inevitable deaths. Now this is starting to get more useful because we can use it to where we'll actually get out of the Ragdoll mode before we hit the ground. So if you wanted to launch across the map, you totally can, and you might even live doing it. Next up, we have a silly one. So we can see the crowbar, you know, looks nice and fancy. We can see our tool gun, looks pretty good. But now, this mod changes the first-person view models to the world view prop models when you pick the weapons up. You know, like when you see the weapons just laying on the ground. This uses that model even when you're holding the weapon. And yeah, let's just say some of the weapons look better than others. The gravity gun and the fizz gun in particular look very bad. The crowbar, the crossbow is almost worse. Like, how does this shoot bolts? It's super ridiculous and just really goofy. And yeah, if you've ever wanted to make your weapons look bad for whatever reason, now you can. Someone did the work, and I'm glad they did because this mod, although it's weird, it's awesome at the same time. So if you want your weapons to just look worse than normal, then this is the mod for you. Definitely check it out. Alright, so we've all had that experience where we microwaved a Hot Pocket or maybe some pizza rolls, and oh no, they're still cold. God damn it, why can't you excite molecules better? Now, left click throws an entire microwave oven, but of course you do not have to just throw it off a cliff. You could throw it at someone's face, and that's exactly what we're gonna be doing. Now, the amount of force this creates is immense. Like, immediately we could see some kind of effect by the fact that their body just goes flying off of the edge of the map. However, it's really effective close up because you'll find that the further out you go, the less effective it tends to be. Take your anger out on your fellow microwave now with this mod down below. Alright, now we're getting into the weird territory. Introducing the Stalker Head. Now it looks like we just ripped off a Stalker's head and we're now using its head beam as a weapon. And that's exactly what's going on because if you press C, you can see there's even still blood dripping from the neck. God damn, who made this? And left click shoots a laser beam that pretty much disintegrates everything in its path. Right click is the classic Stalker scream. And the R key, well, you just chuck the head. Now this is pretty effective, honestly. Like I said, it really does disintegrate pretty much anything. Now there is a finite amount of times you can use it, so of course we have an unlimited version to use it as much as we want. The scream also has an added effect where it knocks back NPCs so we can further see them fly off of Pumpkin Hill. Now the creepy thing about this mod is that when you throw the head, it still makes stalker sounds. I think this thing is still alive, which is kind of grotesque. Overall, a really bizarre weapon, and one that's actually pretty effective, even at range. It has pretty much infinite range, so yeah, have some fun with this one, guys. Next up, we have the junk launcher. Now, we've seen junk launchers before, in particular one that actually shoots trash, and it's great. But this one completely omits that, and we shoot the whole damn dumpster at someone's face. It's amazing. Now, as much as I like hitting trash with trash, there's more uses to this because we have a secondary fire that shoots out an explosive barrel, which doesn't always explode on contact. But when it does, you can bet it will be explosive. Alright, I deserve to die for that one, but this is a lot more effective than the microwave sweep. It shoots at a tremendous amount of force, so you're not going to have any trouble killing enemies from far away with this weapon. And the ragdoll effects are just amazing. Apparently you can prop jump with this, but I always just tend to die in the process. The force it creates is just a little too much, so I wasn't able to properly prop jump. And there's another death for me. And now we get into the drinking prop. First up, we have beer. Nothing like drinking a beer with the cap still on. And yes, of course, you're not actually drinking it. This does not affect your health. It just pulls the bottle up to your face so it looks like you're drinking it. And you know what? The best way to wash down beer that you didn't drink is to drink rotten milk that isn't even open or might even be empty. But hey, you know what? You bring that low poly carton up to your face and you're good to go. Next up, we have juice, which looks like some kind of weird chemicals, but of course, it doesn't matter because you're going to drink it anyway, or not because the cap is still on. And I think the most fitting way to finish this off is, of course, a can of soda. Oh god. Okay, who drinks soda like this? Upside down? They couldn't make it to where you actually drink it where the opening of the can is? But if you want to have fun pretending to drink drinks, this is the mod for you. Alright, so we've all had that experience where our RAM has died. At least I have. And what do you do with dying RAM? Well, you throw those dims at dimwits like Odessa. And then you see the fact that, oh, this is pretty much like a reskinned shuriken. Oddly enough, it kills Combine in one hit, but Odessa? Yeah, Odessa is, well, another thing. You'll see that the dim gets stuck inside of him, and then, well, he doesn't actually die. It takes 2 dims to kill him. Now, each of these dims is about 2 gigabytes, so 4 gigabytes to kill Odessa, not too bad. You can also throw it at the wall, and it makes this really nice sound when it sticks into any object. There's not really much to this mod, you're just throwing RAM dims at everyone, and yeah, it's great. Like, these old desktop dims are big, they're sharp. Why not use them as some kind of a throwable weapon? And it works perfectly in Garry's mod. And now we go into dark territory. Da baby. We have Da baby Convertible Swap. You see an NPC you don't like? Turn him into a Da baby convertible. What? Why does this mod exist? So left click will turn them into a convertible, but not before you hear some lyrics that I'm not going to play for copyright reasons, of course, and because of a particular word that has been said. But yeah, the baby car. And then right click, of course, says let's go, which is one of his main catchphrases. So yeah, this mod exists, I guess. Turn any NPC you want into a Da baby car. I don't even, like, why? Why is this a thing? A meme, now immortalized in the source engine. What a great time we live in, guys. I love the modding community. Anyway, this is Da baby Convertible Car Swap. Check it out down below if you want to weird out your friends. Now, of course, we can't stop the weird. We have a Xenoblade Chronicles mod. We have Pyra, which is one of the characters from the game series, and, well, it's just her head on one of her legs. Yeah, it's about as weird as you'd think. And it's a weapon that you can equip, and when you equip the weapon and you smack an NPC with it, you hear this. Over and over and over again. And you'll see that the force it emits is pretty spectacular. However, it doesn't always kill the NPC. In fact, I find it really hardly ever does. However, they will fly off the edge on a map like this with a lot of death pits. I think it works out pretty well. So left click, you swing the weapon, and then you'll hear the scream, and then, yeah, the NPC will just go flying off somewhere. What a great mod. Great mod. Who wouldn't want a leg with Pyra's head attached to it? Alright guys, hear me out. On this last one, we have a gun that fires a gun that someone can pick up, that can fire a gun, that someone else can pick up, that can fire a gun, that fires another gun that someone picks up, that fires a... You get the point. Pretty much, this revolver shoots out other revolvers. Now, funny thing about that is if another player walks over any of these that doesn't have V-Minute equipped, well, they're going to be forced to use this weapon, which means you have to use it to shoot another revolver that someone else will step on. It's like a virus that spreads, a revolver virus, if you will. And now that's not all, because you can press R to shoot out a whole cluster of them at once. And then right click will change the firing mode on them. So yeah, shoot out as much revolvers as you want, make your game run at 10 FPS. It's really quite the experience. Or hey, maybe even test your luck and see if you can crash the game. I got to about 2 FPS and then I thought, okay, I think I've had enough. Really funny swep. You can also make it to where you can delete all the weapons on the ground, but not the ones in the player's hands. Or you can even choose to remove the weapons from the player's hands. Literally steal it right off of them. So, pretty ridiculous and silly swep. And this is the last weapon in the video. Guys, if you liked this video and you thought it was weird or silly, let me know down below and leave a like and subscribe to see more videos like this. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, farewell.